climate crisis threatens Africa's children, a call for urgent action. Uniting for Africa's Children, Combating Climate-Driven Hunger and Insecurity. By Darius Spearman, African Elements. Support African Elements at patreon.com/AfricanElements and hear recent news in a single playlist. Additionally, you can gain early access to ad-free video content. Climate change, the root of food insecurity. The climate change Africa crisis has pushed 45 million children in Eastern and Southern Africa into severe food insecurity. This dire situation, fueled by the 2023-24 El Niño phenomenon, marks a critical moment for intervention. Eva Kadili, UNICEF's director, underscores the urgency. Millions of people are living through multiple and often overlapping crises intensified by the 2023-24 El Niño weather phenomenon, one of the strongest on record. All Africa. Sadly, in Malawi, the scenario is particularly bleak. El Niño's wrath has exacerbated children's nutrition, escalating acute malnutrition admissions. Consequently, this reality is a wake-up call to the catastrophic impacts of climate variability on vulnerable populations. Climate crisis and food insecurity in Africa, unveiling the connection. The climate crisis stands as the primary culprit behind escalating food insecurity in Africa. In fact, climate change in Africa has indeed reached a tipping point. Therefore, understanding this link is crucial. The 2023-24 El Niño phenomenon has exacerbated the already dire situation for children in Africa. All Africa. Moreover, erratic weather patterns, including prolonged droughts and floods, devastate crops. Thus, food sources become scarcer. Additionally, these conditions push families into deeper poverty. They struggle to find meals daily. Importantly, the situation in Malawi serves as a stark example. Here, children's nutrition has significantly worsened due to El Niño. Christian Rudert, a nutrition advisor, explains. Data from the routine nutrition program showed a worsening of the nutrition status of children and increased admissions for acute malnutrition. All Africa. Furthermore, action is non-negotiable. We must address the root causes of climate change. Also, we need to improve resilience among vulnerable communities. Only then can we hope to combat the food insecurity crisis effectively. Together, let's strive for a solution that safeguards the future of Africa's children. Nutritional challenges and climate extremes. The food insecurity Africa issue is closely tied to rising malnutrition and stunting among children, worsened by extreme weather patterns. For example, nearly half of the 21 countries in the region face the highest risk of climate change impacts on children. Christian Rudert of UNICEF states, even small gains in nutrition are now being reversed before our eyes. All Africa. Families, like Elite and Cubes, face an uphill battle for survival. With fields barren and livestock perishing, the foundational means of sustenance and income evaporate. There is nothing to eat from the fields. My animals have no water to drink, and my goats and cattle will die. Voice of America News. UNICEF's educational and sustainable initiatives. Amidst this crisis, UNICEF's proactive steps towards integrating climate education into the education system offer a glimmer of hope. These initiatives aim to imbue young minds with knowledge and strategies for coping with climate change, emphasizing sustainable practices, renewable energy, and effective waste management. Zimbabwe's Clean Green Schools initiative exemplifies this approach. By weaving climate change strategies into the fabric of educational delivery, it aspires to cultivate a resilient and environmentally conscious generation. Wangani Grace Talo, UNICEF's regional education advisor, elaborates. UNICEF is working with partners, but specifically governments, other UN agencies, civil society, and communities to integrate climate education into the education system. All Africa. Global action against climate change in Africa, a unified response needed. The climate crisis in Africa is alarming. It's high time for global leaders to step up. They must combat the root causes of climate change. Also, they need to develop sustainable solutions. These actions are crucial for ensuring food security and the well-being of children in affected areas. Indeed, the climate change Africa crisis requires urgent attention. The 2023-24 El Niño phenomenon has worsened the already dire situation for children in Africa. All Africa. Moreover, the situation calls for innovation in response strategies. We need sustainable agricultural practices that can withstand the harsh impacts of climate change. Renewable energy sources must replace traditional ones that harm the environment. In fact, UNICEF's Clean Green Schools initiative in Zimbabwe is a beacon of hope. Critically, it shows that change is possible. Walnani Grace Tallow, UNICEF's regional education advisor, puts it best. Integrating climate education into the education system is a step towards creating resilient communities. All Africa. Conclusion: mobilizing for a sustainable future. The stark reality faced by millions in Eastern and Southern Africa is a clarion call for immediate action. Undoubtedly, global leaders, organizations, and communities must unite to forge sustainable solutions, ensuring a brighter and more secure future for the continent's children. About the author, Darius Spearman is a professor of Black Studies at San Diego City College, where he has been pursuing his love of teaching since 2007. He is the author of several books, including Between the Color Lines, A History of African Americans on the California Frontier through 1890. You can visit Darius online at africanelements.org.